up? It's your girl Candace, and I am back with the first video of the new year. Happy New Year. I'm super excited to be here in this moment in 2022. I feel really good about this year. I have a lot of plans that I hope will come to fruition, and I hope the same for you all. I hope you all had a great holiday. I hope that you're doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be tapping into a few goals and dreams that I have for 2022 that I am praying and hoping that God is able to fulfill. I know that He's able, but if it's not in His will, then obviously His will be done. So I'm just hoping that all of these passions and dreams that have been placed on my heart are not of my own doing, but of His, and that they're able to come to life in 2022. And I just wanted to take you guys along with me and share a few of these with you. I won't be sharing everything because I truly feel like some of these things are meant to just be for me and be for the people that are in my life that, you know, are included in those plans. I think it's important to have something for yourself to hold on to and work through. But there are a few things on my list that I feel like are your basic New Year, like, I don't want to call them resolutions, but just your basic every year starting fresh type of goals and list. I think I've talked enough. I'm going to go ahead and jump into it. I don't have that many that I'm going to be sharing with you, but I don't want this video to be like crazy long. So without further ado, let's get into the very first video of 2022. I broke them down into like 3 little sections. I have a personal goals section, I have a spiritual goals section, and then I have like a financial goals section. I'm going to start with my financial goals just because they're the shortest list. One of the first things that I have on here is the first thing that I have on the financial goals list is to make sure that I am doing well with like my bank accounts, my credit card, and just keep up with finances and budgeting. I want to get a car this year, and then I want to make sure, like I said earlier, budgeting. I want to make sure that I have a budget for bills, my business, paying myself through my business, travel, and then obviously once all of my priorities and savings and investments and all the different stuff is taken care of, then I have an account for leisure, and you know, if I want to spend some things, I can do that because that's my business. So that is my short little list for financial goals. I'm trying to make sure that these lists are very realistic because that is also one thing I learned from 2021. I feel disappointed in myself when I can't reach those goals, but it's not because I couldn't reach them, it's because I was putting way too much on myself. Speaking of, we're gonna go to personal goals now because that is one of the things on my personal list, is to be okay with not getting things done. I place way too much on my plate, and I stuff my face and stuff my face and stuff my face, and even when I'm full and my body's telling me, hey girl, you're doing too much, I still keep going. And that is how I disappoint myself, and that is how I get burnt out. And for my sake, for my mental health, and for the plans that God has for me, I cannot keep going in my own direction. So I want to get back into my yoga and my daily workout routines. I had a completely amazing, refreshing yoga and workout routine that I did daily Monday through Friday, and then I took a break on Saturday and Sundays. And with COVID and everything like that, I kind of just lost track, and I, you know, gained some pounds. We have time for everything else. Let's just take a second, remember where we are, love where we are, and just breathe. So I want to get back into that. I want this year to be the year of giving for me. I feel very confident that this year will be very prosperous for me with my business and school and everything like that. And I'm very passionate about giving back. So giving back, whether that's emotionally, giving back financially, I just want this to be a year of giving for me. I want to let go of all fears, doubts, what ifs. I spent a lot of time in 2021 with that, constantly talking myself out of things that I deserved to get done or things that I deserved to have or accomplish, but I didn't want to because I was like, well, what if it doesn't work out? Or what if this? Or what if that? And I was comforted in that and told myself, well, you know what? I just won't do it, or maybe it's not for me. When in reality, God places something on your heart, and the reason why He gave it to you is because you were the only person that can fulfill it. Pastor Michael Todd is someone that I absolutely love, and one of his recent sermons about crazy faith. And I love that he created this cool little song, and I feel like I've caught myself singing it every single day to remind myself that like this year is all about crazy faith. It just talks about all the things that we're gonna do this year, and it's like, I'm gonna forgive, that's my faith talk. Anxiety's evicted, that's my faith talk. Depression gotta bow, that's my faith talk. So anyways, I know it's like super cringy to do for you guys, but it's a song that's super catchy because it's true. Like, anxiety evicted, depression evicted, done in Jesus' name. Speaking of like songs songs and quoting other people. In Hamilton, there's a part that Burr says to Hamilton, because Hamilton's so anxious to get everything done and to change the world, and his mind is going 50 million miles a minute, and Burr stops him and it says, talk less, smile more. I am always just going around and trying to please everybody and trying to say things to help everybody and that I don't take the time to just stop and just be quiet sometimes and just smile. This year is all about leading with kindness. I'm not to say that I wasn't a kind person before, but in a world where it's so dark and so scary, we just need to be that small little glimmer of light. So leading with kindness. One thing that I actually learned from my boyfriend, which was making sure that you're putting yourself first. What he said is super important when you are looking to yourself and to God for love, and you're not looking to your significant other, so that you don't get lost in who you are. So one thing that I'm going to take his advice, and one thing I'm going to do this year is to continue to date myself. So I'm going to take myself on dates. I'm going to step out of my comfort zone. This year I'm going to continue to date myself. And the last thing on my personal goals that I'm going to share with you guys is seeing a dermatologist. I know that's like really random, but I struggle with acne, adult acne, hormonal acne, stress acne, and I feel like no matter what I do, nothing's working. I've pushed it off long enough. I'm going to take myself to a dermatologist and I'm going to get this situated. And the final most important goal section is my spiritual goals. My first one is to allow God to work through me, no matter what that looks like. If that means, you know, being there for someone in an uncomfortable situation, I don't know what to say or don't know how to feel, but I'm just there, I'm gonna want him to do that. You're just leaning on God and letting him work through you to impact the world and impact the people around you. So to be okay with his plans for me, to be more open. Your girl is a huge introvert, okay? And at this point, sometimes I'm fed up with myself. I'm like, girl, okay, you can connect. So being more open. I mentioned this before, but being more fruitful with my tithes and my money. And the final thing is to be more intentional. I've set all of these goals for 2022 and a few others, and they mean nothing if they're just gonna sit on this piece of paper. I need to be intentional about my actions this year. I need to be intentional about these goals, and I need to get these things done. So that is my goals that I'm gonna share with you guys for 2022, my dreams. I hope that this was inspiring. I hope that this was fun, I guess, to listen to. I'm gonna share 2 quotes with you guys just to kind of push you guys forward, something that really resonated with me. The first quote is by, and I hope I don't mispronounce this person's name. Sorry if I butcher it, but it's Hadabajar. I'm sorry if I butcher that, but the quote says, "The fragrance always stays in the hand that gives the rose." I'm obsessed with this quote, because to me this means like I've held onto this rose, I've connected with it, I've watched it bloom, I've let it inspire me, and now I'm giving it to you, and I'm passing on that love that the rose gave me. I'm passing on that kindness that the rose gave me, and I keep that, because when I watch the rose do for you what it did for me, that smell, that same love, that connection that it gave me, I feel like it enhances, and I keep that forever, knowing that the rose is blessing you just as much as it's blessing me. That quote is just so beautiful. I love it. And then the next quote is actually another song clip from Happily Ever After, and it's a Disney song that used to be a part of their Happily Ever After fireworks show. I just wanted to share a snippet of the song because I was listening to it today in the car, and it really just hit me like, dang, that's real. It says, "The battles, the stories, the losses, and all the glories were changed by the way we live every day. Just look up and reach to the sky. We all have the courage to fly." To me, that just means no matter what life throws at us, the losses, all the glories, all the happy stories, all the bad stories, everything that we go through, we always deserve to reach out, take flight, and hold on to our happily ever after. So that is it for today's video. It's a little bit lengthy, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys have a great year, and I'm super excited to embark on this new journey with all of you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up for your girl. Please comment, share, subscribe, stick around for a while because I'd love to have you, and there's lots more fun videos to come. I'll see you in my next video. Love you guys.
Never go. I know that we all gonna be alright. We gon' make it through if it takes us all night. No matter what the odds may bring our way, I can see the blessings coming our way.